Meghan's jam. So, according to some numbers by the Times, Meghan appears to have made £27 million from selling jam. I'm a little bit sceptical about this number.
She's got to pick.
Well, also, she, as you say, she kind of gives the impression that she picks her own strawberries. And we've seen that picture of her taking a some jam out of a hot pot, using the tongs upside down, proof that she doesn't really make her own jam. And I think this is even more proof she doesn't make her own jam, because according to this, she would have had to have sold nearly 1 million jars of jam to hit this figure. Now, that's not kind of making it in my home kitchen in Montecito, is it? That's clearly being put through a factory somewhere. And the reason why is there's a kind of glitch on the website, and some kind of Eagle Royal fans put in I want to buy 1 million jars of jam, and they were told, no, you can't buy 1 million, there's only 135,000 left. And if you do the maths, it means she sold about, you're better at maths than me, AJ, but she sold about 862,000 jam. Anyway, so, and I have to say, I'm one of those who have been scoffing all along, saying, God, you know, Meghan's selling jam, what next? You know, this isn't dignified for a extended member of the royal family, ex-member of the royal family. But to be fair to her, if she's made 27 million, then, well, I suppose she's having the last laugh.
Yeah, she is. Very nice.
I need to start making jam ASAP in 2026. That's my new resolution.
Hey there, how are you doing? I hope you're well. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode. It's Brian, and as usual, before I begin, I'd love to say thank you to each one of you who has subscribed to this new channel of ours. And I really thank you for all the support, for all the love that you have shown me. And I pray to God that you all remain blessed. And for those who haven't subscribed, please remember to do so. Let's get a new channel to at least 1,000 subscribers. I'll really appreciate. Now, on to today's topics. So the video that I played you is from GB News, and the person who was talking is Charlotte Griffiths. Now, you can just tell from hearing these people that they are acknowledging defeat. After everything they have said about Meghan and her as ever, now they're like, well, it seems like Meghan is making lots of money and she is having the last laugh. Well, of course she is. Remember, people like Charlotte Griffiths, the trolls, and majority of the UK media have always wanted Meghan to fail. They've predicted failure upon her life for a very long time, because that is what they desperately wanted to happen. But after seeing the figures on As Ever, they are shook. And the manner in which these people came to the realization that Meghan had actually made millions of money from selling her As Ever products is because of these same trolls. Like, these same trolls are the ones who exposed that Meghan had actually made a lot of money from As Ever. They thought that this was a gotcha moment for Meghan, but it turned out to be one of the greatest success stories ever. So in December of last year, there was a glitch on As Ever, and the trolls ran there. They started putting in figures, like huge figures in their carts. Someone could even put maybe jams, like 1 million jams in their carts, and then the As Ever website was like, no, we don't have that number of jams, we only have like 130,000 jams. And then, you know what's funny is that the derangers went on Reddit, on all social media platforms, and started saying, oh, Meghan's As Ever is a failure because she only has like 137,000 jams. And guess what? After they did that, it was later revealed that Meghan had actually sold so many jars of jams and literally every product that she had on As Ever that it had accumulated a revenue of close to £27 million. And that is from selling jam alone. And mind you, I haven't even included the flour sprinkles, the cookies, and everything else that Meghan is selling. This was only the jam. And it even led to the Times doing a whole story, and this was actually the headline of their story, saying, Meghan's jam is the toast of the town as she sells 1 million jams. And then they went on to add that website accidentally reveals that the Duchess of Sussex appears to have sold 860,000 boxes of her fruit spreads, generating an estimated £27 million. Wow, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money coming from jams alone, and we still have the other products. So myself, I was actually very happy to see this. I was so happy to hear that Meghan is making millions and millions of money from selling her as ever products. And you can tell from the way Charlotte Griffiths was talking that she is definitely very bitter. She's obviously very jealous that Meghan is doing all of this despite their efforts of trying to bring her down. And it's funny how Charlotte was trying to say that, well, the negative thing she was trying to say is that it's that Meghan obviously doesn't make this jam in her home because there are lots of jars. Well, Meghan has never once said that she makes these jams in her home. These are her recipes, and they're obviously not made in her home. They are made somewhere else, but this is Meghan's own products. These are her recipes, so they belong to Meghan, and it doesn't matter whether they are made in Meghan's home or not, because they are still hers and they're still making her profits. Anyway, the part that got me laughing is when Charlotte says that, anyway, so I have to say I'm one of those who have been scoffing all along, saying, God, Meghan's selling jam, what's next? Adding that this isn't dignified for a member of the extended member of the royal family. But to be fair to her, if she's made £27 million, then well, I suppose she's having the last laugh. Yeah, she is very nice. Well, jokes on you, Charlotte, and the rest of the people who are trying to denigrate Meghan, people who are trying to pull her down, saying nasty things, because clearly Meghan is much more successful than you'll ever be even in your wildest dreams. And that is the reason why you are trying to pull her down, you're trying to say negative things about her, because you felt jealous. This is a woman of color who is succeeding and doing so much in life, and she's married to a whole prince, someone whom probably Charlotte Griffiths thought that she was going to marry. So now seeing Meghan achieve all of this and still be married to that amazing prince obviously makes these people really mad and jealous. And trying to mock Meghan because she was selling jam? Come on, King Charles also sells jam. And Kate Middleton was last year also telling people that she was going to be giving them her jam recipes. Well, I wonder if those jam recipes ever got to those people. I highly doubt they ever got there. That was obviously just for PR. But well, of course for Meghan, you can see the moves. You can see that she is actually doing all of these things and she is succeeding at it. I just love all of this success for Meghan. And remember that she's been adding more and more products onto this as ever. For example, she recently launched the bookmarks, and then they literally sold out within 5 minutes. That was crazy. And now she has teased more products on her as ever launch that are going to be, I think, updated today. So Meghan took it to Instagram to tease the return of something sweet. And sharing a selection of photographs, Meghan wrote, "Tomorrow we revisit something sweet. One flavor worth the wait, another worth returning for. Sign up so you don't miss." And this was accompanied by a series of photographs including one of her holding balloons in her Montecito garden. And obviously Meghan looked so good. And then another photograph showed a button saying "press for jam," while another shows a table laid out with balls of raspberries, strawberries, a plate of chocolate, red roses, and what appears to be wine. And this tease has obviously gotten fans excited online, with some fans already taking to X to speculate what the product could be. So what do you all think this is going to be? Myself, when I saw this, I just thought it was something to do with Valentine's, because Valentine's is around the corner, and you can tell that this was kind of something to do with love. I could just tell from the roses and whatnot, and wine too, that this is obviously something to do with Valentine's. So I hope we get a Valentine's package, and I know it's also going to sell out really fast, because that is how much people are excited about Meghan's products. And I just love this for her. I just love that she is succeeding so much in this, that she is making big moves, and that everything she's doing is turning out to be a huge success. While the people who try to drag her down are just over there, overlooking, crying tears, well, crying obviously, smashing probably their plates, whining, and doing all of those crazy stuff. Whereas Meghan continues to shine, Meghan continues to succeed. And these are the kind of things that I love for Meghan, that she continues to succeed and that she continues to be happy and that all her dreams are going to come true. So yeah, what do you all think about this? So let me know your opinions. And again, before I end this video, kindly make sure to subscribe and let's get our channel to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for watching and let me know your opinions then. I'll see you on the next episode. Goodbye.